It's also wedding day for KHQA's Allison Brown. Last we saw her, she was in a wedding gown, and we all went, ooh.
Yep, and some of us are green with envy. Just kidding. Let's check in with Allison Brown now. Good morning, Allison.
Desperate. Something old, something new, something blue. Something borrowed. Just like this wedding dress that I'm wearing. But here with me this morning is Shelly Nyson, the owner of Something Borrowed. So how did you get into the business of designing women's dream day?
Actually, it started because of my daughter's wedding. When we started planning the wedding, there was no place to rent things like we wanted for the wedding. So I thought if we can't find them, other people can't either. So it seemed like a good idea for a business.
Oh, wow. And how did you come up with the name Something Borrowed?
Well, because you're not actually buying it from me, you're just borrowing it.
Okay. Now, do you do any other type of events?
I do. I do almost anything that you would need to have decorated. I'll do rehearsal dinners, Christmas parties, baby showers, anything where you don't want to own the decorations for that event.
Oh, wow. So as you just heard, Something Borrowed, you can just simply borrow. You don't have to buy. Coming up, we'll tell you even more about Something Borrowed.
Amazing. That has definitely have to cut. I don't know anything about weddings, but cut down the costs.
A bunch, yeah.
Borrowing.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Can't wait to see what else she has to offer.
See if she has a borrowed groom there later in the show.
I'll take it. Hope he's half off.
Which half do you want?
Well, now it's time to check in with KHQA's own Allison Brown, who is getting ready for the big day.
Yeah, and maybe she can honeymoon in Bognor Regis. There she is at Something Borrowed this morning, talking weddings. Good morning, Allison.
Your big day might be coming up. Mine isn't, but here to help explain, how you might, come up with some ideas for your big day is Shelly Nyson, the owner of Something Borrowed. So here we have this candlestick holder, very beautiful. What can you do with this? This is wedding.
This is one of the most popular things that I rent probably. The tree is, you can dress it up or you can dress it down. I've got one here where I've taken the burlap and put around the bottom of it to make it just a little bit more rustic. You can hang the little pearls off of it like you're doing and make it just a little bit more decorative. It's just so versatile. We can use it for baby showers, for weddings, just depending on what you hang on it. Then you take the battery votives and put in it, and you've got your candlelight when the lights go down. It's tall enough that when you're sitting at the table, you can still visit with whoever's there, and it gets the light up above.
Okay, now let's take a look behind me. So I am wearing a beautiful wedding dress, but what is this right here?
This is a backdrop that we use quite a lot, and it's made from a vintage wedding dress. A lot of times you'll have your cake table set up in an area where maybe there's a doorway or something that you really don't want in your pictures. And so this works. I have the tripods it sits on. It's mobile. You can take it anywhere and bring it out as far as you need.
Oh, wow. So as you just heard Ms. Nyson say that, there's a lot of ideas here that you can use for your upcoming wedding. Coming up, we'll show you even more ideas that you may use for an upcoming event that's on the horizon.
Do you have anything on the horizon there, Allison?
I sure don't.
Well, if you do for this weekend, Allison Brown is going to join us now live from a place called Something Borrowed.
That's right. Looks like she's borrowing a wedding dress. What are you up to now, Allison?
Well, sometimes you may not know what you want for your wedding, but there are people that can help you with that. And here with me this morning is Miss Shelly Nyson. She got into the business because of her daughter's own wedding. So out of all the events that you've done so far, what is one thing that most people ask for?
Actually, there isn't one crazy thing. Everybody asks for the basics. A lot of times they come in and they're not even really sure what they want. It's kind of a starting point, and my suggestion is pick one thing you love. If it's a color, if it's a flower, if it's a whatever it is, pick that and start from that point.
Okay, and what is the most creative thing? Because this is beautiful.
I would say probably that bouquet is the most creative thing I've had to come up with. Each one of these is individual, and we had to kind of make it look like a brooch. So that's pretty creative.
Okay, now my last question is, what is your favorite part about helping someone create their dream event?
It's making that bride happy, making her day just exactly what she wants it to be. You want her to be happy because it's the memories.
Okay. Well, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Coming up, we'll tell you even more about something borrowed.
I just still laugh at the wedding dress. Not at the wedding dress, but the fact that she's in a wedding
Well,
dress.
we were just talking about this in between the break. You know, she said, in case you may not know what you want for your wedding, most women already know what they want.
Yeah.
But now they can go there
Is
to
this
get
something you guys start
borrowed.
planning for when you're really young?
Yeah, check out my Pinterest board.
No,
Plan,
thanks.
ready. An itch to walk down the aisle. Just kidding. It's time to check in with KHQA's Allison Brown, who is live at Something Borrowed in Quincy this morning, showing us how you can use them to plan your big day.
Let's check in with her now. Hey, Allison.
All right, well, your big day may be coming up soon, and I'm just practicing here with my veil. I have no groom in sight, but I can still practice. So to help me with my future ideas is Miss Shelly Nyson, the owner of Something Borrowed. So we are here at this table. So what are we going to do with this table?
We're going to pretend this is our cake table.
Okay.
For at the wedding. A lot of times we'll take this piece of glass, set it on top of these pedestals. We're going to pretend like this is our cake today, because I don't have a cake today. But this is a lot. We do this a lot. Put this on top of this table. Then we'll take something sparkly and put underneath it. The girls can put Christmas lights, little twinkle lights or whatever. Squish this all around underneath there. And it gives just a little sparkle. They can personalize it as much as they want. If your theme is apples, you can stack apples underneath here and have your wedding cake that matches.
Oh, wow. And how do you come up with these ideas?
No, it just turns around in my head all night long. It's just things I think about. How can I make this work? How can it be cost effective for the brides and give them a unique idea?
And when brides or people see this final presentation, what are their expressions? What are their, responses to it?
They always have an idea of how they can use this for themselves. Something that they're going to be able to put under here that makes it unique to their wedding. They've already got an idea what their cake's going to look like. Sometimes they're doing cupcakes, and I have smaller round glasses to where I can stack the glasses around and make it for cupcakes also. So, I mean, they always have an idea of how they can make it work.
All right, well, you just heard from Miss Shelly Nyson. She says she wants it to be unique but cost-effective for the bride. Coming up, we'll tell you even more about Something Borrowed.
And I love that in case you don't have any ideas, they can definitely help you out and show you how you can work the things they're going to be borrowing from them.
Well, I just like the idea of renting stuff so you don't have to store it after you're
Save
done.
that dough, too.
Let's check in now with Allison Brown, who is out and about this morning. She is in Quincy.
That's right. She is at Something Borrowed, helping you get ready for that big day when you walk down the aisle. Good morning, Allison.
All right, now we are here this morning at Something Borrowed. I'm with the owner, Miss Shelly Nyson, and she creates wonderful events for all types of people. Now, what is one thing that people ask for the most?
A lot of times people ask if I have table coverings, and I really don't. I have specialized coverings, but I don't have your basic white, black, those kind of things. But I do have overlays and sequin table runners, the fancier things that are a little harder to find.
Okay, now, speaking of fancy, this chandelier. Where did this chandelier come from? You don't see those anymore.
I purchased it actually for my daughter's wedding, and it's very easy to take and rent. All of these are plastic. Even though they look like they're glass, they look beautiful up, very easy to transport, very easy to set back up, and it gives you that look of an expensive crystal one.
Okay, now all these decorations are so beautiful, and when you help create a woman's special day or someone's special day, what is your favorite part?
I like just talking to her, seeing what her ideas are, and then seeing if I can make that come true for her. See if I can make that look she's got in her head come to life.
Well, as you just heard what Miss Shelly said, she's in the business of making someone's dreams come true. Coming up, we'll tell you even more about Something Borrowed.
Moving on to your Hollywood at Buzz.
Well, now it's time to check in with KHQA's Allison Brown, who is live in Quincy this morning. She is at Something Borrowed.
What is she borrowing? Well, let's find out. Good morning, Allison.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Well, we're not exactly there at Christmas yet, but we are at that half point. It's July, and we're here this morning talking to Shelly Nyson, the owner of Something Borrowed. Not only does she customize weddings, she also does other events as well. So, Christmas time, tell us a little bit about what do you do for your guests when they're decorating for Christmas?
I do. I'm not locked into just doing weddings. I decorate for Christmas. I can do baby showers, bridal showers, rehearsal dinners, anything that you want decorated that you don't want to own the decorations for. I have stuff that I can decorate. I can bring it to you. You can come and rent it. Or here at Washington Park, we rent out this area where you can have the party right here.
So you say you also do baby showers?
You bet. We do lots of baby showers here.
Oh, wow. And what do those look like?
Sometimes I have people that want, I had one that was a baby boy. They wanted the tabletops covered with old quilts. So I have old quilts, put those on the table. I used the trees that we used earlier today. And then I had some little toy pedal cars. And we set those on the table. Now you're decorated for a little boy shower.
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to probably keep that in mind. Maybe for a girl. I just found out I have a new god sister, so mazel tov to my godparents, the Gertners. But now, this Christmas tree, like, how did you come up with these designs? Where did you get these big ornaments?
Oh, the bigger the better. Some of, like the big dragonfly is part of the gallery merchandise that's for sale. Here at Granite Bank Gallery, we try to incorporate that in what we're decorating. And we're having Christmas in July here in Granite Bank Gallery. So I have some of the Christmas stuff decorated to show people a way that I can decorate for their home if they want it decorated.
Okay, well, as you just heard what Ms. Nyson said, not only does she do weddings, she also does baby showers and Christmas coming up. We'll tell you what else Ms. Shelly Nyson and Something Borrow offers.
Well, what doesn't she do?
It looks like just about everything.